Back at Lahore Gaddafi Stadium, and we're into match number 2 of the HPL PSL 9, and it's Quetta Gladiators, and they are taking on Babar Azam's side, Peshawar Zalmi. Great to be here for the pitch side studio. Quetta Gladiators, a new look. Quetta Gladiators will be taking on Peshawar Zalmi. Quetta Gladiators, remember, have been at the bottom of the table in the last few years, and they will be looking to reverse their fortunes altogether. They've got a new captain, a new look side, and they are up against Babar Azam's side, who've done well in the playoffs, but generally haven't made it to the finals in the last couple of years. Now, I've been joined by Waqar Yunus and Ian Bishop. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Waqar, welcome to you back at PSL. One day in Dubai, the next day in PSL. You seem to have a busy season altogether, but this season is going to get really busy now, right now as well, because you've got Quetta, a side that's had it tough in the last few years. But now they've got a new captain in the form of Riley Russo. What do you make of their chances?
Look, PSL always brings, smile on our faces, and I think this year is not going to be any different. We're going to have really good cricket, and the teams are really good. I've just been looking at the teams; they're very, very balanced. They have got all bases covered, and Quetta, I mean, they're a wonderful side. They've got some really big hitters in the side, and they've made changes in the captaincy also, which I think was required. I'm not taking anything away from Sarfraz, because he's led the team for a good 8 years, and he's done extremely good job. But I think change is always good, and bringing a new captain into the side, I think, will make a big difference.
Peshawar Zalmi, they've always been mentored by Darren Sammy. He's been part of that camp very much in different capacities, different roles. Babar Azam is leading the side overall. You've got some other stars like Saim Ayub, who did really well in the CPL. So just your initial thoughts when you look at that team, what do you make of it?
Well, it's kind of a typical Darren Sammy framework, where he likes a lot of power hitting in the West Indies lineup, where he's white ball coach now. And he's got that anchor in Babar Azam at the top with Harris and Saim Ayub, who can go. And particularly, Ayub can play flexible roles. Rovman Powell coming down in the middle there, another power hitter. So a lot of depth in their power hitting. The only concern that I would have is maybe the international fast bowling, or the fast bowling in general, maybe lacks a little bit of that edge, that real star quality, but they may be competent.
They may be competent. Peshawar Zalmi won the toss earlier on, in case you guys have tuned in just now, and they decided to field first. Rather murky conditions here. We did hear from the captain talking about the fact that just because it's a bit overcast, Waqar, they've decided to bowl first. Otherwise, you know what the numbers say when it comes to these conditions in Lahore.
Yeah, it's an afternoon game, so don't forget that the pitch is not going to change much. Yes, overcast condition might come into play early on, especially fresh pitch, and you might see a little bit of seam movement. And I think Babar Azam wants to take that edge, wants to take that advantage of new ball. And if they can pick up early wickets, that will really help. But overall, I think, looking at the surface and looking at the condition, it's going to be a cracker of a game.
Well, Quetta Gladiators will be batting first today, and like we spoke about, they've got a new team altogether, a new captain. Initial thoughts, Waqar, on Quetta Gladiators?
Look, I think the top 6 are amazing. I'm hearing a lot of good things about Khwaja Nafe. I mean, we all know Jason Rowe, how destructive he can be, and then Saud Shakil. He's another one going to be playing for the first time, so I'm really excited, and I'm really hoping that he should do well. Riley Russo, the captain, a match winner himself. Sarfraz, not the captain, but I'm sure he's going to help Riley Russo in the process. And then they've got a very, very strong bowling lineup. Mohammad Amir, Wasim Jr., Hussain, and I'm so impressed by Akil Hussain, just from the ILT20 just now, where I've just come back from, and he was a genuine match winner. You give him a new ball or an old ball, he's equally good.
All right, Peshawar Zalmi, Bish, how are they looking overall as a side?
Again, I like that batting. I like Saim Ayub. He's played international cricket now. He was very good in the Caribbean last year. Babar Azam will have found another new lease of life. He was very good last season, as he has been for a while now. And then Rovman Powell, Asif Ali has moved across from Islamabad United. But then you come to bat bowling, which has to try to make a name for itself with Mohammad Zishan, the giant of a kid, and Salman Irshad, we saw in the Caribbean last year as well with Luke Wood coming in. So I particularly like the batting, but I don't want to exclude the bowlers.
Right, and you look at Quetta Gladiators, Mohammad Amir receiving his cap in this grand fashion, Waqar. I mean, we've seen him in Karachi Kings always.
I know.
It's the first time we'll be seeing him play for Quetta Gladiators.
Yeah, he's moved from Karachi after long time, and I think, as I said earlier, change is always good, and you can clearly see on his face that he's happy to be coming to the Zalmis, to the Quetta Gladiators, and I'm sure he's going to do well. I mean, he's a match winner himself, swings the ball early on, and if he gets going, you know, the teams can be trouble. Not only this team, but the other teams will be really looking at him.
It's been tough for somebody like Sarfraz Ahmed, Bish, just in terms of the fact that when you have a team that hasn't done well, hasn't really managed to make it to the playoffs, I'm sure his confidence must be affected by the fact that he's been sort of let go of the captaincy, relieved of the captaincy. Where does his future stand in your opinion, Bish?
Well, those things can have two impacts. It's obviously captaincy is an ego thing as much as it is a leadership thing, right? So it can be an initial shock. There are some guys who sort of wither after that has happened, but then there are some guys who say, I feel liberated now. I don't have to lead this team. All my energies can go into my batting and my wicket keeping. So we'll find out in time how Sarfraz goes with it.
All right, thank you so much for your thoughts, Waqar and Bish. We'll definitely have to see how things fare for Sarfraz Ahmed. The new look Quetta Gladiators will be taking on Peshawar Zalmi. Should be an interesting one. We've got a crowd building up here as well. Yesterday was a spectacular turnout for an opening game. Today should be good. We're getting some crowds in now. It's going to be a cracker of a game. So don't go anywhere. Peshawar Zalmi has won the toss and they've elected to field first.